Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of podcast. I wish and I'm sure you will enjoy listening to the broadcast.
So, our question today is regarding two beverages that are very close to our heart in India, both tea and coffee. They are not just a drink; it's part of our lifestyle and so close to us Indians. So, what are the effects, both good and bad, of having tea and coffee?
Yeah, tea and coffee are the most wonderful creation of nature. The tea dust and the coffee bean. Okay, so we've been practicing having tea and coffee. They are neuron stimulants over a span of many hundreds and thousands of years. So when it comes to the question of tea or coffee, whether they are harmful or whether they are good is a big question. There are lots of research has been made on that. But I can tell you straight away, tea and coffee both are good.
Okay.
You must have tea and coffee, no doubt. But then what is the quantity? Anything excess, you know that it is not good.
Right.
Okay, when you come to the question of coffee, there are only two types of coffees available. The plant. One is called Robusta, the other is called Arabica.
Okay.
Have you heard it?
Yeah.
Have you heard Robusta and Arabica? They are coffee plant, but they bean also coffee bean. One variety is called Robusta, one variety is called Arabica. So what is the difference between these two? Are the same, but then the flavor varies. When you take Robusta, the plant yield a lot of bean. When you take Arabica, it yields only 50% of the plant Robusta can yield, lesser.
Okay.
But Arabica is much tastier. So by and large, Arabica get exported from India. We don't get it.
Okay.
Robusta is the one. Now coffee bean, if you take, it's a rubbery one. That seed by itself is very rubbery. That's why they fry it,
They roast it. Yeah.
roast it, yeah. In roasting, if you see, when they reach 180 degrees centigrade, there will be crackling noise
Yeah.
because they become brittle and start cracking. At that time, they will take it out and powder it. You have to powder it immediately. If you leave it for 1 hour, again it will become rubbery. Yeah. This is how Indians like coffee at 180 degrees. You must be knowing one thing called chicory.
Chicory. Yeah.
Yeah, chicory is a root of a plant which has a bitter taste. It is separately cultivated, dried, the roots are harvested, cut and dried and given to you, to the coffee makers. They add little bit of chicory for flavor. You must know this.
Yeah.
Both are not harmful. What the Westerners do, the Europeans and Americans, especially the Europeans, they do not take the roasted coffee bean at 180 degrees. They go up to 220 to 230 degrees. At that time, what happens? More crackling and the coffee bean becomes shiny because it starts oozing out its oil.
Okay.
At that time, they take it and grind it. It becomes twice as bitter as what you take it up in 180 degrees. They would like to have very bitterly taste. But the component is the same. If you go have a coffee in Europe, in France or Spain and all that, it will be highly bitter. You will not like it.
Right.
They don't add chicory. And they more so use Arabica or Robusta. Both are same, but flavors are slightly different. Coffee bean is grown and large in all the hill stations in Latin American countries, Brazil and all that stuff. But the point here is, what you have to understand is, too much of coffee is not good. You can have 4 cups of coffee in a day. It's very good. If you go through the internet and find good items, list of food good for your liver, the first thing comes coffee.
Coffee. Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go to tea. Tea is another beverage which is very close to the humankind for many thousands of years. But then variation is very high. The tea grown in Ooty is different from what's grown in Munnar, what's grown in Assam, what's grown in Himachal Pradesh. According to the soil and the geography, it differs. But it's all grown in hill station. Tea is a tea. Every tea grown in Sri Lanka will be tasting slightly different. So variation in taste with the tea dust is very versatile in character, and you know. In coffee you have the caffeine, you know. In tea also you have the caffeine. So all these things it becomes a neuron stimulants. It makes you fresh, you know. It makes you brisk. It makes you opens up. It drives away your tiredness. You would have noticed.
Absolutely.
After a tiring job, when you come and sit down and have a hot cup of tea, you become fresh.
Right.
That is basically because of the caffeine in it and then the sugar, both. Not only the tea or coffee. And tea and coffee has lot of number of antioxidants which are good for us. Anything beyond certain level, anything excess is not good. You become addicted to it. Then you want it again and again and again.
Sure, yeah.
As you said, overeating is not good, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
Both coffee and tea are good for us, provided if you take it in the limited number of it.
Thank you very much for spending your quality time. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you enjoyed this session. See you later.